There's a lot of strain on Australians right now with the cost of housing, and a big part of that problem is that the supply of homes isn't keeping up with both migration and population movement. It's not rocket science. If we don't build enough homes, the ones that are there are going to cost more. Now, in research in today's Australian Financial Review, former Reserve Bank economist Tony Richards has done the maths and calculated that Australia's excess of planning, building and zoning red tape has cost Australians 1.3 million homes over the last 20 years. And today's buyers and renters are quite literally bearing the cost of this failure. 1.3 million is also the shortfall in housing that Australia faces right now. No wonder buying a home seems out of reach for many. Richards lays the responsibility for this squarely at the feet of local councils who are too quick to cave to NIMBY agitators. That's not in my backyard for those who haven't heard it before. They're too eager to push the costs of infrastructure onto the property holder and too bureaucratic in their approach to approvals, environmental considerations and future planning. The cumulative effect, though, is to make it all too expensive. Now, we live in a big country with lots of space. Space isn't our problem. But the policy areas that feed barriers to housing being affordable for all people are overwhelmingly policy choices made by local councils and state governments. It's the product of their choice to prioritise the needs of noisy green groups and extreme politicians over the needs of those people desperate to get their own home or scratching to afford a place to rent. Ultimately, it's the result of them not choosing you and your interests. It's time we held to account the councils who put virtue signalling over their core duty to provide the basics to locals. And let's face it, there's nothing more basic than having a place to live.